Welcome to 2021, where we don't know what's going to happen in the next few months and we're just trying to hold everything together. So with that being said, I decided to make a video on 20 things I learned from 2020. Let's get started. The first thing I learned about 2020 is to be patient with people, creativity, career, everything. This year taught me to be a lot more attentive and patient with everything that's happening in the world right now, and also to kind of realize that everything we've done in the past may reflect in our future. Number 2, limit screen time. Enjoy the world that's happening around you. Enjoy outside, go for a walk, enjoy nature. This is so important for being stuck indoors all the time, especially during the pandemic, and especially with trying to make sure you're in good mental health. Number 3, organization is key. For myself, it's good to organize your time so you have time for working and for relaxing. I feel like for myself, the more organized you are, the more easier it is to find things when you need them, even when it comes to your closet, when it comes to your work ethic, or when you want to accomplish your list or tasks that you have for the day. Number 4, prioritize your health. Your health is important, especially around the pandemic, and especially if you were to ignore something that's causing you pain or grief, you should get it looked after or get a checkup from a doctor. Number 5, reconnect with your family and friends. The pandemic has taught us how important those connections are to your mental health and stability, and to keep connected with the people that mean the most to you in your life. May it be your friends, may it be your family. All of those connections are important to maintain a healthy lifestyle and to have a sense of balance for your happiness. Number 6, buy what makes you happy. I'm not talking about impulse buying, I'm talking about small little things in life that make you happy. Maybe it's once a week going to Starbucks, getting that expensive drink, or maybe it's trying to make sure if it's really something you need when you want to go shopping or when you're buying online. For myself, I usually take the time and assess if I actually need it, and then within 2 weeks, I'll look at the item again to see if it would actually truly make me happy, or if it's just something I shouldn't buy altogether. Number 7, learn to cook. Learn to meal prep and learn to make hearty, effective meals. I think 2020 has taught us that we should take time to learn new recipes for those very dedicated people who decided to make bread with a starter and everything like that, or overall just learn to see what meals make you the most happy and what makes you full and satiated during the day. Number 8, read to be informed. It's very hard to believe all the different kinds of media that comes at us on a regular basis, but I think it's important to read to be informed what's happening in the world, and find a news source that you're comfortable with and you really find the sources of news credible and trustworthy. Number 9, invest in yourself. I think it's important when it comes to your education and to feel fulfilled to have skills that you want to develop, especially if they would make you happy and in turn turn into a project that you like working on. Take, for example, YouTube. I decided this project back in June because I like projects and I like making videos to showcase different things I've learned and to make people happy. I've also purchased a new camera, the Canon 6D Mark II. No, I didn't just read the camera right in front of me, as well as I got a new microphone, so I hope it's working out fabulous right now. Number 10, dress comfortably. I find that when it comes to fashion versus comfort, I would most likely turn to fashionably comfortable, if that's possible. I pick shoes that are comfortable to walk in, but also look stylish as well as things that make you feel confident. If it's a scarf or pair of earrings or a top or anything like that, I think you should definitely invest in a nice wardrobe that makes you comfy, but also makes you feel good. Number 11, recognize problems and work towards a solution. Don't waste time on working on something that's holding you back and it doesn't help you grow as a person. Recognize a problem that's holding you back, such as either if you need to take more courses to develop your career, or if you need to find a project that sparks your creativity or if there's something that's bothering you or anything in your personal life that you need to address, definitely recognize the solution for the problems that you need adjusting for. Number 12, challenge yourself. Let's be real here for a second. Without challenging yourself, life can be a little boring. If you do the same workouts all the time, if you do the same food all the time, if you do the same thing over and over again, especially in those times you have to stay home and be safe or what have you, we need a challenge. I think the best way for me this year for challenges are workout challenges. I did the 100 levels of abs. I've done back exercises because of my lower back. It's in pain, so I was trying to figure out how I could stretch and try to feel more mobilized for my back pain. So I understand and recognize that when it comes to 2020 and going to 2021, it's important to establish challenges for yourself, because I full-heartedly believe that every day there's always a new challenge. Number 13, sleep is important. Too little, you're tired. Too much, you could also be tired. I think it's important to establish a good sleeping pattern so you feel rested and you can carry out your day. You don't have to rely on caffeine to kind of keep you awake. For me, the best or most time I can establish sleeping is about 8 hours, and that works the best for me. You have to figure out what works the best for you, and that way I don't feel tired, and I also don't feel like I've overslept or wasted time sleeping in. Or everyone's under the impression that if you are missing sleep, you have like this sleep bank on the weekend that you could sleep in and catch up on your sleep, and that's just not true. You should figure out a way to make sure you have your sleep fulfilled every evening instead of trying to make up every week of the sleep you've missed. Number 14, develop good habits. Thank people, be kind, have a good work ethic. All of these aspects are great to develop good habits. I do recommend one book, The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. It's a great book in trying to elicit different kinds of things in charts and to optimize your time to get the most out of your day and the most time and to get the most out of your planning. It's just overall a good book, and it has diagrams. It's super fun if you're into that kind of thing. Which follows up greatly to number 15 is to have a good work ethic. Figure out what motivates you to work and to optimize the time to get the task done. For me, it's just simply changing the music. I highly suggest some relaxing piano or jazz or something instrumental, and that way you know when that song comes on it will cue you to get work done, and that has worked great for me. Number 16, make attainable goals and not resolutions. Let's channel resolutions for a second. We make them in January, we hope to complete them, and most of the time by February everyone fails and they don't do very well in completing the resolutions. Either they give up, or it's past the month of January, or whatever the excuse is, it's not done. So in this circumstance, I would highly suggest making goals. Goals with a time frame specifically. So if you were to say you wanted to work out, your goal wouldn't be work out, it'd be a lot more defined, and you would say something like, I would work out 2 to 3 times a week. And you can pick your workouts on YouTube. I definitely recommend Fitness Blender is fabulous. I've seen some great workouts on Pop Sugar, they're also really good. Jeanette Jenkins, where you at? So I would definitely suggest those kinds of things if that's one of your goals for the new year, and eventually you'll become a habit, and then you don't have to keep making the same goals over and over, and you'll actually complete them, which I think is awesome. Number 17, be okay with failure. You should learn from your mistakes and not deter from the positive. I think a lot of the time when people don't succeed or they try something, they give up after the first try or multiple tries or what have you. And I think it's important to recall why you're doing it in the first place and be okay that failing is a part of learning. I think that's a valuable lesson coming from 2020 to 2021. Number 18, stay positive. I think it's important to look forward to things on the bright side, or what would be a positive outcome of a bad situation, or make the best of a bad situation. People always forget, no matter what happens, to look for the positive side. If you focus on the positive things and kind of send those vibes into the universe, it's more likely than not that something will happen something will work out for you in the long term. Instead of trying to focus on the negative, which, let's be honest here, we don't want to ruminate on the things that don't work or make us sad or anything that doesn't benefit your well-being. Number 19, don't be afraid to explore. When it comes to a culture, a new food, a new location, or anything like that, I think it's important to kind of feel a sense of discovery once in a while, and that comes from being not afraid to explore. Number 20, the last thing I learned about 2020 in the list of 20 things for 2020 is be kind to yourself. You have one mind, one body. You should be comfortable with who you are. And I think that's really important when you get older and things aren't the way that they're supposed to be, or you can't change what you have. And I think it's important to be kind and realize some things don't always work out when it comes to your body or your nutrition or whatever it could be. And just remember to be like, I love myself, I think it's great, and I'm happy with the body I have, and it all works out in the long run. Because if you're kind with yourself first, you're kind to others. Thank you so much for watching, and do something awesome.